A very pleasant good evening and welcome to Willie T. Barnett Field here in Charlottesville, Virginia on a sweltering Saturday evening in a VBL South Division clash between the Waynesboro Generals and the Charlottesville Tom Sox. I'm Luke Ned Carney, joined tonight by Michael Bolger. And Mike, Tom Sox had an exciting extra inning victory last night. It's going to be a challenge to keep it going against the closest rival to the Tom Sox.
Oh, absolutely. Last night, a nail-biter to the finish, and 5-4 win after 11 innings thanks to a Ryan Wynn fly ball in the center. Did not count as a sac fly, but it did end the game for them as David Wiley crossed home plate. And, man, that was just I was talking to Dylan after the game, Dylan Price, after the game in our post-game our interview, and, man, that might have been the game of the season, to be honest.
It really was, and shout out to Cole Strickland as well, the catcher on his birthday, making a great play at the plate, tossing it to Alexander the pitcher, covering and to stymie the Cavaliers in the top of the 10th to really get the momentum back for the Tom Sox. But we look forward to tonight as the Tom Sox take the field, and they'll be facing a Waynesboro Generals lineup that looks like this. Leading off is the shortstop Cesar Murillo, followed by Sion Barnett, the third baseman. Elijah Borjas, the left fielder, bats third, followed by his outfield mate, Keyshawn Frett, the center fielder, in the cleanup spot. Bentley Yates is at second. He bats fifth. Jacob Payne, the catcher, in the sixth hole. 7, 8, 9 is Christian Castaneda, the right fielder. Colby Hales, the DH, and Luke Goforth, the first baseman for the Generals, as Luke Richards will be on the hill for Waynesboro tonight, facing Trevor Booten on the hill for the Tom Sox, a big right-hander, and he will get a look here at Sevo Weekly Ballpark and just get things going here for the Tom Sox in the top of the first.
Yeah, the Auburn player, rising sophomore. So far this season, he has 2 outings, went 3 innings in both of those outings. He got one of the dubs against the Generals on June 8th. That was a 16-1 mercy rule after 7, and then it was just a great outing on June 7th. No hits, no runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts on 9 batters faced. So 3 innings, 9 batters, sent all of them home. Hope to see a big day from him today.
Tom Sox in the lime green uniforms with the navy blue sleeves, navy blue numerals on the back, white pants with the white caps, navy blue bill, and the TS logo on the front. Generals in the predominantly navy blue traveling uniforms, gray pants, some red trim with Generals emblazoned in red on the front. They've got those kind of three-color hat with the white front, navy blue back, and the red bill with the Generals logo on it. And we are just about ready for baseball here in Charlottesville. Cesar Murillo leads things off out of Passaic, New Jersey. St. Andrews College player. And it's a righty-on-righty matchup, and it's some dichotomy here early as the tall, towering Booten against one of the shortest players in the Valley League here in Murillo, who looks at a ball inside.
Yeah, so far this season for Murillo, he's had 28 appearances at the plate, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 RBIs, 214 on the season.
Booten steams in a fastball, and that one is hit sharply down the line, just foul.
We might have seen the leadoff guy possibly get to third. Would have been close, but that thing just dribbled foul.
1-1 the count, just underway here in Charlottesville. Crowd continuing to file in. From the windup, Booten delivers. That one is hit foul the opposite way. This one's toward the Tom Sox bullpen, and it rolls to the fence, 1-2.
Fighting off, getting the timing down early is important for this General squad. And, this is a Tom Sox bullpen that, when they're hot, they are the best in the league. 102 strikeouts on the season so far for the team.
The 1-2 from Booten hit slowly on the ground to short. Wynn's going to have to charge this one, and he cannot beat the speedy Cesar Murillo with that throw. It's going to be an infield single to start. And the Tom Sox defense, I should say, you saw from Ryan Wynn there at shortstop. He's joined by Nick Parham at third base, Ethan Gibson at second, and Colby Wallace at first. Wallace was one of the heroes from last night as well. We'll get into that as this game goes along. Left to right around the outfield, Sam Mumaw, Johnny Lopez, and David Wiley. And Jack McMullen behind the plate for Trevor Booten and the Tom Sox. As the next batter, Sion Burnett, the third baseman, fouls the first pitch back.
Great speed from Murillo on that pass at bat. And, man, what a stretch out from Wallace. That was just a very nice grab, just not in time. And so far, And that was just a weird dribbler in the grass, too. If you ever play on a grass field, it just sometimes just dies there. And Wynn had to charge it. Didn't recognize it too early on, so opening base for the Generals.
The 0-1 is up and away, 1-1. To the third baseman, Barnett, who swings at the 1-1 and fouls it back again. It's 1-2. Barnett out of Limestone College, native of Honea, South Carolina.
And so far this season, 9 hits, 11 runs, got a 3.33. He's one of the guys that really sticks in this top of the lineup for the Generals and has helped the Generals generate some runs. Big reason why they have a 6-6 record and have been clicking on offense as of late.
Murillo takes off from first. The pitch is inside, called a ball. The throw goes into center field, but Murillo was starting his slide, and he's not going to be able to advance any further. Count will be 2-2.
That one just got away from McMullen, and nice job by Johnny Lopez over in center field backing that play up because, I mean, as you said, the slide was already there, but he could have easily popped up if Lopez was too far back and didn't recognize the overthrow.
So the Generals have a man in scoring position here with nobody out in the first. Booten looks back to second. He kicks, he fires. Fouled back, out of play, 2-2 again.
Staying alive in the 2-2 count. We've seen a lot of this when the Generals come to town or vice versa when the Sox go to the Generals where Matt Cabral made a couple jokes where 2-2 counts were basically the theme of the night for both those games.
Every game kind of takes on its own complexion. As the 2-2 comes in from Booten, this one is to short again. Another chance for Wynn. Scoops it up on the backhand, and this one is in time by half a step. Matthew Pierman, the first base umpire, on the call there. No advancement from the runner at second, and that will be the first out of the inning.
Little redemption for Wynn on shortstop, and then yet again another great grab by Wallace. He's had to stretch out twice so far today in the early outing, and opening out here for the Tom Sox now, 1 down.
Relatively new arrival is Wallace to the Tom Sox from East Carolina University. That'll bring up the left fielder Elijah Borjas in the 3-hole. First pitch from Booten, misses upstairs. 1-0. Murillo, the runner on second. He scratched out an infield hit and then stole second base. The 1-0 from Booten. Catches the outside corner, strike one.
Yeah, the rising senior right now from Colorado, as you said, and so far this season 2.73. He's got a lot of experience at the plate, so it's going to be an interesting battle there this early going to see Trevor Booten, a rising sophomore, against him.
The 1-1. That one over the outer half once again, strike two.
Just able to grab the plate. Nice framing from McMullen.
Very few clouds here at Seville Weekly Ballpark, Willie T. Barnett Field tonight. The 1-2. Hit sharply on a line down the right side and falls just short foul in front of the Tom Sox bullpen.
Man, Murillo got a great jump on that one. Kind of jumped at the end saying, man, I wish he'd just let that one go by. He would have been on third easily, but Borjas has to defend the plate now. Down the count.
Borjas, the Lakewood, Colorado native. Booten turns back, throws to second, not in time.
We talk about a lot of summer teams and how they mold together over the years, right, and or over the weeks as they go along over the summer. And just great recognition from Ethan Gibson on second base. I mean, Booten gave him the quick little nod, and then he recognized it immediately. He attacked second base.
The 1-2 to Borjas. He lays off a pitch low and away. 2-2, good take there.
And that's something Randy Tomlin has been talking a lot about, too. He's like, even in the losses, that's when you learn some stuff about you. And it's something that they had to continue to learn throughout the season and still are learning is communication in the field. And really it starts with the catchers.
Well, that time it wasn't quite as in sync. I think Booten caught Gibson by surprise there. Gibson able to corral that ball. But a 2-2 count to the batter, Borjas. One away here in the top of the first. Third batter of the ball game. Both players have hit the ball to short thus far, and that will not continue as this one is hit high over the infield right side. First baseman Wallace tracks over a couple steps to his right and makes the grab 2 away.
Man, did he have to battle the sun there. The sun is right now setting behind the high school on our left side. So right now, Wallace, Gibson, and Wiley all on the right side are getting the full force of it, and he had to put his glove up to make the out.
Center fielder Keyshawn Frett, who had a little bit of trouble finding the American flag during the anthem.
Got a little turnaround.
Looked to redeem himself at the plate as he's called us. First pitch is called a strike at the letters.
Well, the American flag right now is all in right field, like kind of hidden with the trees. So sometimes you think, oh, it's in center field, right? Well, no, this one's a little hidden. Got to find it.
The 0-1 on the way. Booten fires, and that one gets away from the catcher, McMullen. That's going to be an advancement. Down to third for Murillo.
It was a good bat down, but McMullen just couldn't corral it in time. Murillo showing off the wheels early on.
Not sure if that one will be a pass ball or a wild pitch. It did bounce in the dirt before getting to the catcher, McMullen. But he did get a glove on it.
Yep.
So the 1-1 hit high in the air, foul right side, out of play.
It's one of those baseball stats, you know, you'll have a couple analytics guys go back and forth at it for a couple hours, and they'll just be like, we just called it this, call it a day.
1-2 the count now for Booten. Facing Frett. Booten from the stretch, kicks, delivers. That one is hit in the air again. McMullen gives it a look, but he's going to run out of space as that one bounces out behind the backstop, out of play.
The determination from McMullen in that, I honestly thought it stayed in. He was like tracking it down through it, and then
he had me fooled. I thought he was about to make the catch.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as he got to the fence, too, he put his hand on it, and that's normally when you know the player is trying to make a little bit of a risky play at the fence.
Another 1-2 pitch coming with a runner on third, 2 away here in the top of the first. Booten fires, hit sharply on the ground to third. Right there waiting is Nick Parham, but the throw is wide, and it pulls Wallace off the bag. That's going to be an error on Parham, the third baseman, and that brings the first run of the game home. In this ballgame, the Generals lead 1-0.
Nick Parham just joined the squad a couple days ago when they traveled to Stanton. ECU guy still getting his bearings there over on third base. It was a tough play. I mean, that ground ball was not slow or by any means, so it came at him like a bullet and had to corral it fast.
Here's Bentley Yates, the second baseman. Runner takes off from first. Pitch is called a strike. McMullen's throw down to second is not quite in time. That's another stolen base for Waynesboro as they lead 1-0 here in the top of the first.
Yeah, Frett didn't get too much of a good jump on that one, so McMullen, if he popped up quick enough, he would have gotten him, but throw was just a little left of the plate.
0-1 the count. Booten fires. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Nice little off-speed pitch there.
I would say that was amazing. Cut down right at the last second. Got him swinging.
Booten with a chance to get out of it, minimizing the damage. Big gap on the right side of the infield. Booten looks over. Now he comes set at the letters. Back to second now. He kicks. He fires. This one hit on the ground. A little bit of an easier play for Parham. He ranges over to his left, makes the grab, and the throw is a bit high, but Wallace is able to keep his cleat on the bag, and that will retire the side with one run across for the Waynesboro Generals. It's 1-0. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. Tom Sox will come to bat for the first time tonight when we come back on Tom Sox TV. back to Charlottesville, Willie T. Barnett Field. Luke Ned-Carney, Mike Bolger here with you as the Waynesboro Generals lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning over the Tom Sox. And Mike, just the second game of the year that the Tom Sox have not drawn first blood.
Yeah, so far this season, the Tom Sox, a big reason why they're 8-3 and trying to get to 9 and 10-3, obviously, is that they've been able to come out of the gates flying. Like their bats crack in the first and third innings, and then from there the bullpen just takes it the rest of the way. So they've been battle tested these past couple games, Luke. I mean, when you really look at it, Culpepper 5-4, that was 11 innings, and then Stanton, that 4-1 win, it's a close one.
Johnny Lopez, the center fielder, leads things off against Luke Richards, the left-hander. Out of the University of Mary Washington, Lopez squares to bunt, fouls it away, and it's 0-1. Lopez will be followed by Ethan Gibson, the second baseman, then designated hitter Tommy Roldan. 4, 5, and 6 is Colby Wallace, Ryan Wynn, David Wiley. As the 0-1 on the way from Richards. Stays inside, 1-1. Sam Mumaw, Nick Parham, and Jack McMullen, 7, 8, 9 for the Tom Sox. As Jacob Payne is behind the plate, doing the catching for Richards. The 1-1. Lefty on lefty matchup. Hit foul, 5-hole through the umpire's legs, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, Lopez so far this season, I mean, batting a 3.33 on 39 at-bats, and he's really been the leadoff guy for the Tom Sox. There's been a couple games where he's down in the 7 or maybe has the night off, but he's been the leader so far.
1-2. Richards fires. Lopez fouls it back again.
I mean, this is just a scary top 3 for the Tom Sox. This lineup has seen a lot of change throughout the season so far. Obviously, with some summer ball, there's only some contracts to go a couple weeks, but Ethan Gibson, speedy. Tommy Roldan, I mean, he just gets on base any way he can.
Here's the 1-2. High chopper to first. Couple of hops. Grabbed by the first baseman, Luke Goforth. And he just beats Lopez to the bag, 1 away. The rest of the Waynesboro defense looks like this. You saw Goforth there, 3 unassisted. Bentley Yates at second. Cesar Murillo at short. Cyan Barnett is the third baseman for the Generals. Left to right around the outfield, Elijah Borjas, Keyshawn Fresh.
He took a hop, but he sat back on it. Able to get one down here.
Next up for the Tom Sox is Ethan Gibson out of Virginia Tech, and he is unable to make contact with that off-speed pitch there, 0-1.
Ethan Gibson yesterday scored a couple times, thanks to a couple runs and a lot of base stealing from him. I mean, when he gets on base, if you're a pitcher and a catcher, you have to hone in on him.
The 0-1 misses downstairs, 1-1.
So far this season, he has 14 walks. In 2 of those games, he walked 4 times. So you don't see that too often.
Should get an NIL deal with a glasses place for his vision, or an eye doctor, as that one is outside, 2-1.
It's been a lot of that, and it's been a lot of him just sticking in counts. Like when he was down 0-2 against Stanton the other day, I mean, he battled back to get it full, and then he got a walk.
The 2-1 to Gibson. A little above the letters. It's called a ball, and now a hitter's count, 3-1.
Yeah, Richards didn't like that one, nodded off, but he's been able to find the zone early on so far.
Generals uniforms, a little resemblant of the Washington Nationals with the tricolor caps and the navy blue. The 3-1. Just outside, and Richards didn't like that one either. As it stands, ball 4, and the Tom Sox have their first base runner.
I think Payne kind of helped him out a little bit with the framing. I mean, it was just great. I mean, he's got the glove on his left hand. It was outside, so he grabbed it and just moved it in just in time, but umpire didn't bite.
Now here's the teeth of that Tom Sox lineup you were talking about, Mike. Tommy Roldan comes to the plate, and Wallace is on deck. He had 2 RBI last night. As Roldan, first pitch swinging, drives it into the gap in right center field. It's going to at least get Gibson to third. Roldan takes a wide turn at first, ends up going back to first base, and he gets a fist pound there. And it's first and third for the Sox with 1 away.
Well, rightfully so. First pitch, rips it into right field, and gets, again, Ethan Gibson. As soon as that ball is in the field, I mean, normally he goes for 2 bases. There's no conservative one. He normally turns that corner without a doubt.
Here's the cleanup man, Colby Wallace, the first baseman. Double play depth for the Generals, middle infielders. Wallace looks at the first pitch downstairs. Wallace had a big 2-run single last night in the 3rd inning. to give the Tom Sox a 3-2 lead, which they wouldn't relinquish until the tail end of the game, but able to hold on 5-4 against the Culpeper Cavaliers. The 1-0. They'll look over to first, and that one's downstairs. Good job by Jacob Payne there, keeping it from getting away too far. Keep an eye on Roldan there over at first.
Oh, yeah.
Crowd filling in nicely tonight. We had a little rain yesterday around 3 o'clock or so. No rain today. The 2-0. Called a strike at the letters.
Whew. Nice pitch there, but yeah, it made the bleachers fun to get up and down with.
2-1 the count to Wallace out of East Carolina, a participant in their own Greenville Regional. That one is called a strike over the outside corner. Snap throw back to first by Payne is not in time, and coming in to score on that throw is Gibson. That was actually set up by Roldan, dancing off the base a little bit. He did his part. Gibson slides in like Superman, and the Tom Sox have tied the game.
Yeah, and Payne's starting to learn the speed of Gibson. It was very close play there over on first. Roldan, as you said, was messing around a little bit, trying to get the pitcher's eye, and it worked out for them. And Gibson, again, another run for him.
Positive for the Generals as that pitch was a strike. The count is now 2-2. Pickoff throw to first. ECU losing to Evansville in the deciding game of that regional a couple weeks ago. Here's the 2-2 upstairs.
Yeah, Gibson able to score 3 times in yesterday's win against the Cavaliers. Now already today got 1. He's got 16, now 17 runs on the season.
The payoff, there goes Roldan, and it doesn't matter as that is outside. Ball 4. And here comes Ryan Wynn, the 5-hole hitter, with 2 runners on and 1 away.
Last night's hero for the Tom Sox flew out to center field. That obviously brought home the game-winning run. So far this season, 2 hits, 21 at-bats. There's definitely a player that Tom Sox are looking to get going here as the season continues to move along.
I believe that was the first walk-off of the year.
Yeah, it was.
Tom Sox. The first pitch from Richards, over for a strike.
So before Stanton's game, when they won by 3, that was the smallest winning margin of the season. So that was 3. And then, yeah, that one last night was obviously 1. So Tom Sox have been in loose contests to stay the same.
The 0-1 misses outside. Catcher Payne drops it in the batter's box, but it's not going to go anywhere.
Another dangerous situation here when the Tom Sox load the bases. They are one of the most dangerous offenses in those situations.
David Wiley waits on deck. They'll look back to second. The 1-1. Hit sharply between first and second, and that gets through for a base hit. Roldan coming around third base. The throw is cut off, and now it comes to the plate. Not in time, and the Tom Sox take the lead on an RBI single by Ryan Wynn.
Randy Tomlin over on third base today. He just sent Roldan home. No second thought about that. How about Richards, though? He noticed the throw was off. He cut it off, and then he threw it right to home trying to adjust the play. And, excuse me, that was Goforth. But great play, but Tom Sox get 2 to the board now.
And now David Wiley with a chance to keep it going. Keep the pressure on. Tom Sox with 2 across on a pair of hits. First pitch to Wiley. He swings at it, chops it between third and short, and that's going to get its way into the outfield. Coming around third to score is Wallace, and the base path looked the same, but the score looks better for the Tom Sox. It's 3-1 now.
I mean, just a tough play for Barnetti over there on third. He tried charging at it. It came out way too fast than he thought it did, and it got behind him just in time. And then, yet again, the aggressive base running from the Tom Sox, rewarding them early on.
Here comes Sam Mumau, who is in left field tonight. First pitch is a curveball over for a strike, and already got some action going in the Generals' bullpen. It's a right-hander. Win the runner on second base. Wiley on first. 0-1 to the batter. Mumau out of the University of Florida, who has just taken the field against the Texas A&M Aggies in the final first round game of the College World Series as the pitch misses outside.
For the Generals in the bullpen, Freeman Jr. is number 7, who is warming up right now. Just getting a little loose. Nothing too serious at the moment.
The 1-1. Mumau swings and misses at that one. 1-2. And Kamau Freeman out of Fairburn, Georgia. Camell's missing out on the NCAA tournament this year. A rare occurrence in Bowie's Creek. 1-2 the count now to Mumau, the left fielder. Richards fires. It's a breaking ball, and good job there by Mumau to fight it off out of play. We'll stay 1-2.
Mumau recognized it immediately. That was just going to hang right out there over the plate, as you said, and just a little late on. If he was a little more earlier, could have done some damage on that one.
1-2 again. Richards looks back to second. Now he fires a fastball. This one hits slowly on the ground to third, and actually that's a foul ball. As Mumau hit it off his foot, and you can tell because he's gingerly walking around. They'll give him a little bit of time to.
Maybe one of the worst feelings is in baseball. I mean,
and he's not wearing any protective equipment down there on his legs that we can see anyway. So.
No, he might have some wrapping underneath the cleats, but yeah, he's just wiggling out there. Says it's all good and gets back in the box.
Well, we'll see if that affects Mumau at all out in the outfield and at the plate the rest of the game. Here's a 1-2 pitch again coming from Richards. Fires curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that was probably his best pitch so far.
Yeah, well, just in that at bat, he had 3 curveballs. So throughout, he was just trying to paint it right in the middle and got him to swing on that one. So you get an out in your pocket. Now you just got to get one more. Obviously, runners on first and second, so you can go pretty much anywhere with it in the infield. Just got to find something.
Another lefty-on-lefty matchup now. Nick Parham, who was busy in the field in the top half of the inning. Tom Sox with 3 across. They call and raise the Generals here as Parham gets it into this one. Deep center field, but it's going to be playable for Keyshawn Frett as he shields the sun and bags it for out number 3. Tom Sox put 3 on, and after 1 complete, they've tripled up the Generals 3-2-1. We'll come back on Tom Sox TV. Welcome back to Willie T. Barnett Field. Tom Sox 3, Generals 1 as we go to the top of the second inning. And now Trevor Booten gets to pitch with a lead for the first time tonight.
Yes, he does. 3-1, and after that inning, Tom Sox able to add 3 hits, 3 runs to their scoreboard. Those 3 hits did get them over the 100-hit mark on the season, so they officially have 100 hits on the year. One of the best offenses, as we've been kind of stating throughout the season, early season so far in the South Division.
Starting things off for the Generals here in the top of the second, it's the catcher, Jacob Payne.
Man, what a season Payne has had so far. 3.43 average. He's got 12 hits, 9 runs, 9 RBIs, 10 walks. He's definitely the ace here in this lineup for the Generals, and it's going to be a tough battle here for Booten. Probably a battle we're going to be looking at all day long.
Native of Lynn Haven, Florida, Gulf Coast Community College. He takes a strike.
Already talking to the umpire, seeing where the strike zone's at. Thought that one maybe was a little too high.
Yeah, he's the catcher, so he'd probably know better than almost anyone on his team. The 0-1 to Payne. That one is outside, but he did go around as Matthew Pierman on the appeal. Payne did not agree with that either. There was some something about a check swing in the College World Series last night as well.
Oh, yeah.
If you're a Florida
Been the
State
talk of the
fan,
town.
cover your ears. The 0-2. Payne takes that one upstairs, 1-2.
Try to get him to chase up high. But, oh, yeah, no, that call has been the talk of the town so far.
3 games at the College World Series, 3 walk-offs.
Yep.
Including, unfortunately, my NC State Wolfpack going down to Kentucky earlier today. 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. 5-4, in fact, the same score as the Tom Sox won by last night.
Yeah, Penn State's got too much cold weather to have good
Yeah,
baseball,
it's gonna be
so
tough.
It's fine. We got football and stuff.
A lot of noon kickoffs coming your way in State College. The 2-2 coming to Payne. Called third strike on a bender over the inner half of the plate, and Payne walks back shaking his head to the dugout.
Yeah, first strikeout for Booten. First backwards K for him as well in the day, and that's a big one. Again, we talked about Payne's success so far this season, hitting today in that 6-hole. It's going to be fun to watch him go against the Tom Sox bullpen for the rest of the evening. With the Tom Sox bullpen able to get one early.
Christian Castaneda is the right fielder, and he is the 7-hole hitter for the Generals, batting with the bases empty and 1 away. Hits this one off the end of the bat into right field. Actually tracking over into center and making the grab is David Wiley. And he gives a little behind-the-back toss to the second baseman Gibson as it goes around the horn. 2 quick outs now for the Tom Sox.
Wiley came flying in from right field. He tracked that ball very, very well. And the right fielder gets the other right fielder out for the second out of the evening. Now coming Cole Hales, Catawba College.
Hale's the designated hitter tonight. Fouls that one back. 0-1. He's also from Salisbury, North Carolina, so he literally goes to college in his hometown. About in 45 minutes north of Charlotte. That is fouled back. It could be also 2 hours north of Charlotte, depending on traffic.
Yeah. Well, so far this season, Hales actually has no plate appearances. He pitched against the Braves on June 14th, so last night. Went 1 inning and 2 strikeouts. So his first plate appearance with the Generals.
Lets that one go by in the dirt. It's 1-2 after a couple of foul balls. And important to get a quick inning here for the Tom Sox to keep the momentum going after a crooked number on the board in the bottom half of the first. 1-2, bases empty, 2 away. Booten fires. Sent screaming foul into the woods down the right field line.
Another rising senior for this Generals lineup. Very experienced lineup, may I say.
Booten comes set. He fires. Another one of those curveballs, and this time it's served into right center field over the head of a leaping Ethan Gibson for a 2-out single. Generals get a man on board here and will turn the lineup over next inning at the earliest was Luke Goforth comes to the plate.
Carson Newman College, and right now this is a dangerous spot for the Tom Sox. You thought you could get a 1-2-3 inning down, and now you got the top of the lineup starting to rear its head around the corner.
As a man with an NC State shirt walks across, you couldn't see him on the camera, but guy's probably having a rough day. Pickoff throw to first.
Great game against Kentucky.
Really great baseball game, no doubt
yeah.
about it. One of those games, if you don't have a dog in the fight, you never want it to end. The first baseman, Goforth, digs in, and he takes a strike over the outer half.
Just able to grab the outside of the strike box for strike 1.
Booten's been able to be ahead in the count in most of these ABs today. He goes from the stretch, and a bit of a dangerous throw there by over to Wallace at first. I think Wallace is struggling with that sun.
A little bit, yeah. I almost caught him off guard where that sun's so low that it's nearly impossible for him to see Booten.
The shadows will come left to right over the field. You can probably see him a little bit already. The 0-1 swing and unable to catch up. 0-2.
Which is to tell you how low the sun is. The umpire's shadow is from behind home plate almost all the way to the Tom Sox. Halfway in between that and the dugout.
The 0-2 from Booten, down and out, 1-2.
I guess you can say on deck circle over there.
There's a guy pacing in the Tom Sox bullpen. Nobody really throwing right now. General's bullpen has gone quiet. The 1-2, Booten looks in. He fires. Hit high in the air. Short center. Actually, that's barely going to get into the outfield. Is right on the lip of the grass is Ryan Wynn. Calls off Ethan Gibson and puts it away for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the second. The Tom Sox hold the Generals scoreless in the top half. To the bottom of the frame we go on Tom Sox TV. Back here in Charlottesville as the Tom Sox will look to build on a 3-1 lead. Luke Richards heads out for inning number 2 for the Waynesboro Generals. As the Tom Sox
leading off the bottom of the second for the Tom Sox.
Got to the 9-hole in their order. Jack McMullen leads things off. He is the son of assistant UVA baseball coach, the longtime associate head coach and third base coach for the Cavaliers, Kevin McMullen. And he's doing the catching tonight for the Tom Sox. We saw Cale Strickland there last night. McMullen, member of the Liberty Flames, takes the ball downstairs.
And just a quick update on the Generals bullpen. We do see Freeman still out there kind of walking around, so it looks like Richards, this is his game to stick with through the second.
1-0 upstairs. And it's 2-0 now to McMullen, who you'll also probably see at first base a little bit some. He was at first base against Harrisonburg on Wednesday. The 2-0 from Richards right down the pipe, and McMullen cranks it, but that's going to go foul and will be a souvenir down the left field line.
Man, that ball was absolutely roped down that third base line and had a lot of carry to it as well. McMullen so far this season, 15 at-bats, 3 hits. As you said, a lot of the catchers on the squad plays catcher or first base, kind of switch off here and there.
Downstairs for 3-1. McMullen out of Earlysville, which is about 20 minutes northeast of Charlottesville. The 3-1. Hit sharply on the ground up the middle, but it takes a bad hop, actually, and eats up the shortstop Murillo. And that will get the Tom Sox leadoff man on board here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, right where the grass ended and the dirt began is right where that ball got a pretty good hop, and Murillo just couldn't read it in time and adjust to the play. Just got by him. I mean, just by like an inch. If he was half a second there, he would have had it now.
That will be scored a single, though, for Jack McMullen. And a swing by the leadoff man, Johnny Lopez.
Already the 4th hit of the day for the Tom Sox.
Lopez missed, by the way. It's 0-1. As McMullen, not a real speedy guy, but doesn't mean he won't be on the move, as that one is fouled back 0-2.
Catchers normally aren't. They can get a good jump, but outside of that, they normally try to stick on the bases and let the hitters do their job, and Lopez grounded out in the first inning. But after that, the Tom Sox would go 5 straight batters that would get on base, and a couple of them scored.
Double play death for Waynesboro. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Great looking off-speed stuff there from Luke Richards. Well, Tom Glavine-like there.
Yeah, Richards, once when he finds his pacing, he's been able to settle in so far today. It's just, can he get there in time before this Tom Sox offense gets here?
His out pitch has definitely been that curveball.
It's been the ace right now of his.
Now here's Ethan Gibson. From the stretch, Richards. Lefty on righty matchup. Misses downstairs, gets away from Payne. And that is going to allow an easy cruise down to second base for McMullen. Tom Sox have another run runner in scoring position.
What we were just talking about, McMullen probably wasn't going to steal. Well, he gets one there, and Ethan Gibson in that last at bat, he walked and then scored the first run of the evening for the Tom Sox, and it's been seeming to be his job for the Sox so far this season.
1-0 the count to Gibson. He looks at that one at the bill of his helmet, and that is a 2-0. Tom Sox plated 3 in the first, answering a single run scored by the Generals to open the game. 2-0 to Gibson. Richards fires. That one catches the outside corner for strike 1.
Gibson didn't like that one, but recognized he's up 2-1 in the count, so don't get on the umpire's bad side this early on.
I don't think you ever want to get on an umpire's bad side, but
Yeah, there's
that
times.
that doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
There's times.
2-1 the count. Of course, my favorite umpire, Angel Hernandez, no longer calling games.
Happy retirement.
2-2 the count now as that pitch fouled back and Roldan comes to grab it.
Yeah, I'm a Philly fan, so Bryce Harper gets ejected a little.
Kyle Schwarber
Schwarber
spiking the bat down. Yeah.
Yeah, we've had our fair share up there in Philly.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. There it was again, Mike, that slow breaking ball, and the Tom Sox really haven't been able to figure that pitch out.
3 Ks now for Richards, back-to-back in this inning, and he's going to face Tommy Roldan, who he's had a couple struggles at the plate in the past couple games. He's stricken out a couple times yesterday, and see what the lefty v lefty matchup is going to bring today.
Roldan had a base hit to right his first time up at the plate, and he pops this one up. Third base side, will there be room for Barnett? There is, and he gets it just before he drifts into the area of the field that is considered out of play. So a disappointing end to the bottom of the second for Tommy Roldan and the Tom Sox, but they are still ahead of the Waynesboro Generals 3-1 as we go to the third inning here on Tom Sox TV. Garney, Mike Bolger here in Charlottesville as the Tom Sox take the field for inning number 3. Trevor Booten starting to settle in a little bit, it looks like. And sometimes it's just that first inning you've got to get through, and then you can work into a rhythm on the mound.
Oh, absolutely. And even in that first inning, he allowed 1 hit, and then obviously Fret's error that got him on base and scored the first run. But then, as you said, in the second, he got backwards K, allowed 1 hit, and got the other 2 guys due to fly out. So Morello back up to the plate. He scored the first and only run so far for the Generals today.
Starting things off for Waynesboro, just as he did in the first inning, it will be the shortstop Cesar Murillo. He has scored the lone run of the game for the Generals after legging out an infield single to begin this game as he takes a strike over the outer half. It is 0-1.
Yeah, he may be 5'8", but he showed his speed there in the first inning.
And I'd like to report to everyone that Dylan Price, who called the game with me last night, was trying to walk down the bleachers just now, and he took a spill. Just fell right on his backside.
He's okay.
He's okay, but I saw it if no one else did.
He's laughing at himself.
1-1 the count. Murillo lines this one directly to Parham at third. He doesn't even have to move. Standing like a statue as the ball finds its way into his mitt. and that's the first out.
That's what I like to call right place, right time. I mean, that's probably one of the nicest and easiest things an infielder can do in a game, and one of the nicest things for a pitcher to see.
Base is empty for the 2-hole hitter now. Sion Barnett, the third baseman, fouls that one back.
Barnett grounded out in the first inning and looking to match the Tom Sox pace here. And the Sox's offenses can really spark at any moment and come in full force. So for the Generals, you just got to keep with them, even if you're this early on in the game.
That one fouled back. It's 0-2.
As they know, too, because the Tom Sox merciful the Generals earlier this season. So final score 16-1 in actually both games.
The 0-2 misses upstairs. It's 1-2 with one away. Base is empty in the top of the third. Tom Sox ahead 1-0. Or 3-1. Goodness. It was 1-0 after half of an inning.
We're still in the top of first.
This is the hot tub time machine of baseball broadcasts. The 1-2. Almost a called third strike, but just off the plate, and it's 2-2.
If that's true, can I go back to 2008, watch the Phillies win the World Series?
Hey, they've won a World Series more recently than my favorite team, the Baltimore Orioles, have. So,
yeah, Phillies and Orioles are playing close series right now.
They are. The 2-2 is fouled back, out of play. The 4 aces, I remember, that the Phillies had there.
Yep. 2-2 battle here. Booten be huge if he can finish off the second out with a strikeout here.
With the bases empty, the 2-2 pitch, that one bounces again off the plate. Now count goes full.
He's grinning at that one and just seemed like he hung on to it for too long, and now Barnetti battling back in the count.
From the stretch, with the bases empty, that one nowhere close, and that almost bounces over the wall.
Almost went over the fence, and from your guys' vantage point, that's how high the fence is, so some heat on that ball.
New camera angle this year. You guys.
What did you guys have last year?
So it was kind of through the fence, so there's like the fence was sort of obstructing some of what you could see. So I'd like to thank David Argo, as we do multiple times every broadcast, for making that possible. And now it's the middle of the Generals order on the way up. Elijah Borjas comes to the plate.
You think he climbed the fence, or you think he got a ladder?
I was told that he took a ladder.
Okay. I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah. Pickoff throw to first for Booten, chasing him back.
Sun's starting to set down, so Wallace is starting to see the ball a little better now, and he's probably just yelling at the sun right now, please just go away.
Wallace caught a high pop fly from Borjas back in the first inning. That was the second out of the inning. Booten from the stretch. He delivers. That pitch is taken over the inside corner, strike one.
First pitch of the at-bat, too. Borjas was just like, are you going to focus on home plate yet? Or just kind of sat there waiting for his pitch.
The 0-1. Hit well, center field, but having it played perfectly is the stalwart Johnny Lopez, and that is out number 2, recorded here in the top of the third.
Yet again, another out where the Tom Sox really did not have to move their feet whatsoever. They're actually probably moving around more than they did during the actual play. Now, Fred coming up to the plate, he got that E5 that scored the first run of the day.
And it was some good base running by Murillo as well. We'll see if we see him in motion here with 2 away. Swinging a foul tip into the mitt of Jack McMullen, a strike one. As Booten has been consistent. He's been getting ahead in the count against most of these batters.
He's not afraid to attack early or go over to first.
Quickly, pick-off throw to first, not in time. The 0-1 from the stretch, kick fire. It's swung on, missed, and it gets by McMullen off his glove. That will be a pass ball, and now that lets the runner get into scoring position here. A base hit cuts this lead in half.
Umpire took a while to signal as a strike. I thought it was a foul ball at first.
Yeah,
Just
same.
grazed the bat, but pass ball now. Same situation again. Morello in scoring position.
Well, if you're booting, one strike makes it a moot point. A boot point, I guess.
A boot point, yeah, there you go. Got 3 to work with here.
With the 0-2. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that was a foul tip. McMullen holds on to it that time, and that's how the Tom Sox get out of inning number 3. Still with that 2-run lead intact as they will bat for the 3rd time this evening when we come back on Tom Sox TV. Tom Sox coming to bat for the bottom of the 3rd inning against Luke Richards with a 3-1 lead. Looking to add to it as the teeth of this lineup will come up 4, 5, and 6. Wallace, Wynn, Wiley, WWW. The World Wide Web here up for the Tom Sox in the 3rd.
Yeah, and all guys that didn't start off the season with the Tom Sox but eventually joined have all found their place here in the lineup. And especially now, Colby Wallace had a big day yesterday. 2 hits, 2 RBIs. He's one of the main contributors getting that Tom Sox win.
Wallace walked and scored his first time at the plate. Delivery from Richards misses down and away in the dirt.
You know, with the Tom Sox green and navy and then his ECU purple helmet, kind of like I want to see a purple with the Tom Sox instead of the navy sleeves.
Actually, that wouldn't look horrible, man.
Right?
The 1-0.
Well, you said it did, or
I said that would not look. That would
okay.
not look horrible. I don't
Yeah.
think. I think that'd be worth a look. Is that's 1-1 now? As that was called a strike at the letters.
I believe that would be the only purple team in the South Division.
In
of
the South
BBL.
Division, yes. The 1-1 hit sharply on a line too short right there, making the leap and the grab is Cesar Morello. The Strasburg Express. Those bright, deep purple uniforms. Actually, probably my favorite color scheme in the league, if I'm being honest, because the purple and black.
Yeah.
I think goes well together as Ryan Wynn comes in. And I also like the burgundy and gold of the Purcellville Cannons. Those are good colors too. Wynn, first pitch swinging, chopped on the ground to third. Barnett over to his left, gobbles it up, and throws it over across the diamond for the out.
How about both these pitchers right now? I mean, Richards has still got 1 out to get through 3, but both pitchers going for 3 innings and possibly more. I mean, both their pitch counts, we're not totally sure what they're at, but Booten had a quick inning, and now Richards, I think he's only had, 4 pitches so far this inning?
Yeah.
3, 4?
And now you've got David Wiley, who's got the best walk-up song of the team, and I'm Just Ken. And Wiley looks at the first pitch. Downstairs, he wears number 32, but anywhere else he'd be 10.
Play on words there, very nice. Actually, funny story with this walk-up song, David Argo chose both of them.
Oh,
and the other one
I have
is
no doubt.
The other one is I think it's I'm a Barbie Girl. I'm pretty sure.
Right. Hey, he's playing pretty well this summer so
hey,
far.
I would say it's working.
Yeah.
Something's working.
The 1-0 to Wiley. That one's chopped on the ground. Again, nice job by Barnett in between Hop. Fields it,
Whoa.
and the splits by the first baseman go forth. Great baseball all around there. And the Tom Sox go down meekly in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's still 3-1. We'll head to the middle innings right here on Tom Sox TV. back in Charlottesville. Inning number 4 coming up. The Tom Sox lead the Generals 3-1, and it's time to turn it over to Mike Bolger.
Well, thank you so much, Luke. As you said, top of the 4th inning, back out, Trevor Booten. And so far today, he's been on fire. 2 strikeouts. He's allowed 1 run. That one was unearned. No, it was earned, excuse me. But it was on an error from Fret. Upcoming now, Bentley Yates. So far today, 0-1, grounded out in the first. From Parham on third and to Wallace over on first. After we just saw a great play over on first when we were talking about it. Go for it. Must do some stretching or some form of yoga. So you just made a split over there on first base. First pitch, swing and a miss. Curveball to start off the inning. Yates from Longwood University. Second pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did. 0-2. As you've mentioned, Luke, a lot today. Booten fighting in the counts early.
That's how you keep the pitch count down.
Third one, dribble down the third base line and foul. Great play by the third base coach for the Generals. One-handed grab, now he throws over to Booten. He's proud of himself, too. He gave himself a little pat on the shoulder for that.
Yates, another one of those hometown guys for his college. He's from Farmville, which is where Longwood is located.
The 0-2 count. Booten fires this one, and this one's dribbled over to Gibson. Feels it cleanly, fires over to Wallace, and it's a G4-3 to start off the inning.
Strong start here by the Tom Sox in the defensive side. Now you see the shadows on the field almost totally covering the infield, and actually Wallace is still the only guy in the infield who has to deal with the sun. Gibson there in the shade. Nice play there.
Jacob Payne, the righty, will face Booten for a second time today. We were talking about how fun this matchup's going to be. And Booten, first pitch. Check swing, did he go? Didn't matter. Caught the side of the strike zone for strike 1.
Sox have a lefty warming up in the bullpen. I'm attempting to make out the number, but the sun is messing me up too.
Second pitch down and away, and a light swing there from Payne. Payne already has stricken out once in the second inning. One of the 2 already Booten's got. Now, looks like we're going to get a quick batter's timeout. Umpire's going to write it down the books.
In the bullpen for the Tom Sox, thanks to Matt Cabram for this information. Brett Gastman, the lefty wearing number 44 out of Little Rock, Arkansas, a Charleston Southern Buccaneer.
The 0-2 count. This one popped up in the center field. Coming down as it is Lopez, and he makes the grab. 2 outs now in the inning.
Game settled into a little bit of a rhythm. Even Richards, after that first inning, has settled down some for Waynesboro. Both these pitchers throwing pretty good stuff, inducing contact for outs. And now the time, I mean, if you're the Tom Sox, you've got to keep Waynesboro from getting any kind of momentum here with 2 outs.
Christian Castaneda now up to the plate. Flew out in the second. As you mentioned, Brett Gassman warming up for the Tom Sox. First pitch just grabs the outside corner. 0-1. Gassman, rising senior from Charleston Southern University. He's got 2 outings so far this year. He's got a win and a loss for the Tom Sox. This one fouled back behind us. Another 0-2 count, the third one of the inning. Let's see what Booten can do. He has not recorded a strikeout this inning.
He's been dealing with the one mostly, the fastball, and Richards, on the other hand, has been using the junk.
0-2, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Tom Sox lead 3-1. Trevor Booten takes a breath, fires this one. This one's popped up. It's in shallow left field. Coming in on it is Muma. He's going to call everybody off, make the grab to end the inning. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th right here on Tom Sox TV. back for the bottom of the 4th inning. Sam Muma got the out at the top of the inning. Now he's going to come up to the plate. So far today, he's stricken out once in the first as Tom Sox lead 3-1 here. We've had 2 innings so far with zeros. Top of the 4th is a 0. Tom Sox looking to add a couple insurance runs here. So we hit almost the midway point of the game.
7, 8, 9 here for the Tom Sox. Second time through the order for Richards. Wonder if this might be 3 batters and then a pitching change. But we will see how this inning plays out.
Kumar Freeman Jr., number 7, warming up in left field. But for now, it's Richards' game. The lefty deals to the righty. This one cuts down in for strike 1. And he's just been dealing the breaking balls off speed. As you said, Booten come out with the heat. So it's been a fun pitching matchup so far early on. Second pitch, too far outside. This time, ball 1.
Muma, strikeout victim his first time at the plate of the swinging variety.
Muma in left field today. Takes third pitch upstairs, 2-1. So far this season, Muma, 3 hits at 16 at-bats. He's got 6 runs, 7 walks. Stricken out 6 times. Fourth pitch is a swing and a miss at that one. Another nasty pitch from Richards. Make it a 2-2. Richards so far today, he's got 3 strikeouts, looking to add another one to his pocket. 2-2 count, no one on base, no outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Muma drills this one in the left field. Under it is Borjas, and he's going to make the grab for the first out of the inning, and now bringing up Nick Parham.
One of those that looked a lot better coming off the bat than it actually was. Died out there a little bit. It's not quite as hot as it was earlier today. And no wind to speak of, really, as I watched the American flag just kind of chill there out in right field.
Pretty picture-perfect day, if I may so say.
I would agree.
I mean, we've only had 2 rain delays so far this season as Richards fires this one in, just grabs the inside of the plate.
And we've got a great crowd here tonight.
Oh,
Lots
yeah.
of folks in folding chairs down the left field line.
Last night, attendance was around 130 to 150. Second pitch, too high.
Definitely got more than that tonight.
Oh, yeah. You got people on the hill, out in left field that you guys can't see on the broadcast, but even right below us, too. Everybody's packed into the stands. 1-1, 1 out. Parham awaits this one. Too low in the dirt.
And, Mike, we've got Louie here tonight for the first time this year.
What's going on, Louie? Yes, he gives us a quick wave. I have not met Louie yet, so first time meeting him. Already seems like a great guy. This one fouled back behind us into the parking lot.
I have a feeling you have not seen the last of him. But fun fact is his full name is Prairie Weather Lewis.
His hat is barely on his head as he's taking a seat on the bleachers as people are already bidding in for the 50-50 raffle here in the bottom of the 4th. This pitch outside, full count now. Parham battles back, 3-2, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. No one on. Jack McMullen on deck. Behind him will be Johnny Lopez. 3-2, drilled in the right field, carrying pretty well back at the warning track, and Castaneda is going to get under it to make the grab for the second out. Again, another hit that seemed to just carry into the outfield, but not enough on it, so Jack McMullen comes up to the plate. He singled in the second, then was stranded. Catcher today for the Tom Sox. Richards. This one, too low in the dirt, ball 1.
Credit to Richards here. After that rough first inning, he's matched Booten pitch for pitch here through the next 3.
The score may not reflect it, but it's definitely been a pitcher's duel so far today. This one fouled back behind the fencing. 1-1.
McMullen had a single his first time at the plate, and he would be a catalyst here as Gastman continues to throw.
McMullen had 3 hits coming into the game. Now he's got 4. See what he can do in his second appearance today. McMullen awaits. Richards outside. 2-1. Payne tried to get that ball in there. Didn't go. Man, it seemed like Freeman, it was a while ago. It was the first inning, actually, that he started warming up, and ever since he's just been hanging out there in left field. Richards. This one chopped down third base line and foul into the Generals' dugout as they tried to reach for it. And no one's going to get it. Somebody tried to lean over the fence and almost fell onto the field. 2-2, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Tom Sox lead by 2. Jack McMullen looking to keep the inning alive as Richards possibly ending his day here. Fires this one and chopped down the third base line yet again and foul. As head coach Randy Tomlin picks this one up. So far, what a job Tomlin has done with this Tom Sox team, rallying these guys together. He wasn't able to make a couple games early on, but stuck it out with his team so far. 2-2, 2 outs. Here we go. Richards, swing and a miss from McMullen. He gets his 4th strikeout of the day and sends the Tom Sox down 1-2-3 here in the 4th. We're headed to the top of the 5th right here on Tom Sox TV. Welcome back, everybody, to Tom Sox TV. Tom Sox right now lead it 3-1 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Brett Gassman out on the mound now for the home team as a couple people in the stands were throwing some tennis balls, trying to get them into a bucket as a game, and I don't think the accuracy was too well there.
You were telling me you were a tennis player once upon a time, Mike.
Yeah, I had a little run at it. It was pretty fun.
It was Rafa Nadal just announcing a couple days ago pulling out of Wimbledon. We'll have a Grand Slam without Federer, Nadal, or Djokovic for the first time since I don't know. Frankly, I just don't know.
Gassman comes out for his 3rd appearance with the Tom Sox. In his first appearance, he was on June 1st against Cavaliers, went 3 innings, allowed 1 run, struck out 3 batters against 14 in total, and then came back out on June 9th against the Turks, where he received his first loss. He went 2 1/3, 6 runs, all earned, 7 hits, and 4 strikeouts. So looking to bounce back here against the Generals after 3 innings straight we've had without any action, really. A couple hits, and that's really been it. A lot of runners left on base. As quick look at the South Division standings. The Tom Sox lead at 8-3. Turks right behind the Sox, 7-4. Remember, the Turks do have the 2-0 advantage over Charlottesville, so they've won 6 straight. Generals 6-6, Lumberjacks 5-5, Braves 5-7. Then ending it off is the Cavaliers at 2-8. So finally underway here for the 5th inning. Brett Gassman, a lefty instead of booting the righty. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1.
And now these Waynesboro hitters are going to have to adjust facing a lefty for the first time after each got a couple at-bats against a righty.
Well, Booten threw a lot of heat. Gassman already throwing some of his own. This one outside in lefty's batter's box, ball 1.
That was a loud pop on the mitt, though.
Oh, yeah, McMullen's probably feeling that. Gassman takes a breath, gets the nod. 3rd pitch of the at-bat. In there for strike 2, right down Main Street. The 1-2, no outs. So far, the Tom Sox today have 2 strikeouts. Here it is. This one grabs the plate. Strike 3. Looking. Brett Gassman starts off his appearance with a good one.
And that's exactly how you want to do it if you're a reliever coming in with a lead. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Strikeout looking.
Was Booten heads over to the bullpen. His day is officially done. He went 4 innings, as this one bunted down the first base line foul. Went 4 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 run. He had 2 strikeouts, and he walked 1 batter.
You mentioned last inning Randy Tomlin, the job he's done this year. Head coach at Lynchburg Christian Academy.
This one, dribbled down third base line, just foul. Nail biter there. Oh, no, it's going to stay fair. It's going to go all the way into left field fence. Now rounding to second is Goforth for the first hit of the inning. Looked like that one was going to remain foul. Umpire says it is. It was right on the line, Luke.
Yeah, we no longer have the sun to worry about now, and that's been a little bit beneficial for these hitters too.
So Gassman comes out, gets backwards K, but now there's a little trouble over there on second base as now the Generals go back to the top of the lineup. As Cesar Morello comes out to the plate. First inning single as this one's chopped over. It gets 2 Wynn. Wynn's going to fire it over to third. Now we got ourselves a rundown. It looks like Parham's going to get the tag out there.
Out of the baseline.
Out of the baseline. So it's going to be 2 outs now for the Tom Sox. What a job by Wynn. Recognized where the runner was. Got him in the rundown. Now Brett Gassman can take a breath. Not look behind him.
And a mistake there by Goforth because he went, but he didn't really commit to going to third. So he was stuck in no man's land. If he commits to going to third base, there's a chance he's standing there right now.
Sam Barnetti now out. He's 0-1 today. Walked in the third, grounded out in the first. Ready v lefty as Gassman fires over to first. The attempt, and he's remained safe. So Morelos will be fielder's choice here in the 5th. Got a big out there. Heads up play by Ryan Wynn. Playing shortstop today. Gassman. This one upstairs. Ball 1.
Murillo's been on first each time tonight. Tom Sox have had a time dealing with him. He already has a stolen base to his credit.
2 outs. 1-0 is your count. Gassman fires this one too low and outside. Ball 2.
Actually, correction, he lined out in the 3rd inning.
Is able to get around the bases for the first and only run for the Generals today. And it just seems like an eternity ago that first inning was, and just a different game. And the offenses were going, bats were flying, and then all of a sudden these pitchers have locked in. Gassman fires this one, swing and a miss. Barnetti was just out early in front of that one, so first strike of the at-bat. 2-1, 2 outs. Runner on first. Checks over to first. Wallace couldn't get the tag in time. Not a big lead from Barnetti Morello over there on first. He has flashed his speed a couple times today. As the sun starts to set, lights start to come on, and Gassman looking to get out of the inning. Fires this one, and Morello does take off, and he is safe as it flung out of McMullen's glove there.
McMullen was getting ready to spring up and throw that one down to second, but kind of like in football when a guy looks toward the end zone before he makes the catch, he was unable to set himself and throw there.
It was a swinging strike, too, from Barnetti, so it kind of messed with McMullen's timing and look at the ball. 2-2, 2 outs. Brett Gassman fires this one and hits him right in the back. So Barnetti's going to head over to first, bringing up Elijah Borjas, who's 0-2 today, flew out twice.
I'm going to assume that he will see that tomorrow morning when he wakes up, too, if he looks in the mirror. That one went right off the middle of the number 4 on his uniform.
I was a lefty, and lefties just have a tough time with some pitchers, especially early in a lot of the careers in middle school and elementary school. Yeah, no, we got hit a lot. So it's never a fun feeling, but it does allow the Generals to get a second runner on base. Gassman fires this one, swing and a miss from Borjas for the first strike.
Yeah, I mean, as well as the Tom Sox have played in this game, they're still just ahead by 2 runs, and lo and behold, there are 2 guys on base right now.
Past 2 games, Tom Sox have combined for a 4-run winning margin. And the walk-off in the 11th last night. This one popped up down the first base line. Under it is Wall. He's showing in there. Makes it over the shoulder catch for the 3rd and final out of the inning. The Generals get a double and a runner on base, but can't cash anything home. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 men left on base. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th right here on Tom Sox TV. Yes, you see a number 30 still on the mound, and Luke Richards. He's coming back out for his 5th inning, Luke, and that's something you do not see too often here in summer ball, but he'll have to face Johnny Lopez, Ethan Gibson, and Tommy Roldan here for the Tom Sox.
Yeah, I think this is head coach Matty Hollum telling him, hey, we're going to give you a chance to keep this game close against the Order the 3rd time through, so this is a bit of a sink or swim prospect for Richards, I think.
First pitch of the inning nearly hits Lopez. He has to dance himself out of that one, so ball 1. And, yeah, when you look at it, first inning, 3 hits, 3 runs. Ever since that moment, he's only allowed 1 hit, and that came in the 2nd. The 3rd and 4th innings have been 1, 2, 3 innings for this. So Lopez drills this one into deep right center field. And the center fielder, Fred, is under it to make the grab. Another warning track fly ball for the Tom Sox.
365 to dead center.
Tough. Very, very tough, especially with the 290 wall to right field. As Ethan Gibson comes on out to the plate, the Virginia Tech player, not a friendly face for some of these Virginia fans here in the crowd, but he has walked once, struck out once in the 1st and 2nd innings. He's back out for the 5th. Gibson takes first pitch outside, ball 1.
Of course, the smaller park offset by the wood bats here in the Valley League. Imagine these guys playing with metal in a park this small.
You know, it's always so funny when you say that, like when you're watching college and, you know, obviously the series going on right now and you hear the clink and it's like, oh, yeah, no, that's a metal bat. But I think I prefer metal because wooden bats break all the time. You got to go out and buy a new one. It's a pain in the butt.
I got a point for after this pitch, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate for 1 second.
Okay. Ethan Gibson, the 2-0, 1 out. That one down low. Ball 3.
So my Little League actually used wooden bats, Cove Creek League, Little League here in the Charlottesville area. So I was very early on, got the feel of using wood. And It was just really fun. I mean, it was cool.
3-0. Gibson. That one just misses the plate. Richards does not agree, but Gibson walks over to first base. He's now got 2 walks on the evening. And, yeah, I don't think I've ever played with a wooden bat in game.
But you are correct, though. It hurts when you get jammed, and it sucks when your favorite bat breaks in too.
Yep.
After you ground out or something like that.
Tommy Roldan up to the plate now. He singled in the 1st, got around all the bases for the 2nd run of the evening. The Tom Sox, the first pitch is outside, then he flew out in the 2nd. And the 3rd and 4th innings were very quick ones for the Generals defense, keeping top of the order for the Tom Sox at bay. So in his third plate appearance, 1-0, Richards deals, and Gibson takes off. And a slide in there, and the throw is not in time. Ethan Gibson, stolen base in the record books.
That was a fantastic throw by Jacob Payne, though. Good pop time, right on target. The problem was that was a slow curveball, and that gave Gibson the extra second he needed to slide in safely. So really no problem there by the catcher, but just one of those curveballs that's been working for Richards.
That one was a ball, so 2-0, 1 out. And Murillo tried to get the tag in short, but obviously not in time. Richards fires this one. Roldan chops it over to second. Yates got it, fires the first baseman. Go forth for the second out, but Ethan Gibson heads over to third.
Roldan doing exactly what he was supposed to do there. You know, with as many passed balls, wild pitches as we've seen, as we're going to have a mound visit for Waynesboro ahead of Colby Wallace's AB, and I think this is going to do it for Richards.
Luke Richards goes 4 2/3, and now a pitching change here for the Generals. We'll get you guys all of that information when we come back right here on Tom Sox TV. Kamau Freeman Jr. takes over the duties on the mound for Luke Richards, who went 4 2/3, 4 hits. The run line is still open because Ethan Gibson is still on third base for the Tom Sox, but he did walk one and had 4 strikeouts on the evening. Quite the bounce-back performance after that first inning.
And he settled in nicely after that 3-run spot by the Tom Sox. That curveball was working, and now they're going to have to face a guy who's been warming up with some flair on the mound. So,
Richards
look for more fastballs here, I would guess.
Richards' day is done again. Gibson over there on third base. Got there on a steal and then a ground out from Tommy Roldan. So Tom Sox looking to add the 4th run of the day. That it's going to have to come at the bat of Colby Wallace. Who
good guy to have at the plate.
Oh, yeah. ECU guy. Walked in the first, lined out in the third. Joined the team when they traveled to Stanton a couple days ago. That's first plate appearance, too, in that game. As Freeman fires the first pitch down on the dirt. Ball 1.
I wonder if we might see him pitch around Wallace a little bit here in this AB. You've got first base open. You got Wynn on deck, though, so kind of pick your poison.
You got Wynn and then Wiley right behind him. Both of them RBI singles in that first inning. So it's already a tough middle patch here for the Generals as second pitch. Again, ball. 2-0, 2 outs. Freeman to Wallace. He is pitching around him. 3-0, 2 outs. Gibson walks out. Not too much of a lead. Freeman, the righty, winds up. This one chopped down third base and into the Generals' dugout.
I thought Wallace might have the green light there. Runner on third, 2 away. Trying to take a 2-run lead to a 3-run lead.
Well, you know, when Matt Cabram interviewed Kenny Towns a couple days ago, he said everybody's here to get better no matter what the situation is. So, hey, 3-0, sometimes you just get it. 5th pitch, this one drops in for ball 4, and Colby Wallace heads over to first base for his second walk of the evening.
Tough break there for Freeman. He thought he hit the strike zone there. Time called now by the catcher, Jacob Payne. I see somebody throwing out in the Generals bullpen, but it's not actually anybody in uniform. I think it's either an assistant coach or a guy who's just not dressed out tonight.
Well, also headed out there is Garrett Quinn. So Little bit of movement. Not much to notice as Freeman fires this one outside, ball 1.
Watching Wallace there over at first base. Not probably about an average speed runner on this team, but big chance here with first and third.
Payne has flashed the arm talent tonight. Has not caught anybody just yet. There goes Wallace, and Payne's not going to test him. Wallace is in there for his first stolen base.
Payne made what you call a business decision there. If he throws that down to second, then here comes Gibson, and the way things have been going tonight, that's likely a run for the Tom Sox.
So now 2 runners in scoring position. Gibson on third, Wallace on second. Ryan Wynn at the plate. Freeman delivers this one, chopped over to the second base. It's going to be a tough play for Yates. He's going to fire to the first. Not in time. Ryan Wynn, the RBI single, is second of the night, scores Ethan Gibson. Tom Sox now lead at 4-1.
He hit that one square off the fist. His fist still got to be ringing after that. And you can actually see Wynn kind of grabbing at his fingers a little bit over there on first base. Great play by Yates, but just not quite enough on the throw as he was moving away from first base as he was making that throw.
Some Derek Jeter twist at the hips action there in the air to get the throw off, but go forth.
Jimmy Rollins, maybe.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's a lot better. All right. So now Freeman. 2 outs here. This one upstairs, and now officially Richards' line is done. He does have 4 runs on the night now with Ethan Gibson coming home. Wallace over on third. Wynn over on first. David Wiley at the plate. This one popped up in the center left field, going back at the wall, and that one is gone off the hill. David Wiley goes yard, and the Tom Sox get 3 more tacked on the board here in the bottom of the 5th.
He is Knuff. Muscles that one over the fence just to the right of the scoreboard. And we were talking about his walk-up music here this summer, he's playing really well. There's no reason to change it.
You can thank David Argo for that one. Now the Tom Sox all of a sudden take a 6-1 lead here in the bottom of the 5th after Luke Richards went back to the bullpen. Now Freeman, no one on base. He's got a clean slate. Drops this one in. Strike 1 to Sam Muma. Man, that one just didn't seem like it would carry. And then all of a sudden, you saw the center fielder and left fielder give up, and then went off the hill.
Halfway up the hill, too.
Yeah, no, that one went far. Dead center is 365. Went halfway up the hill. Probably 390, maybe?
Guess is as good as mine.
We got to get a rangefinder on up here. This one upstairs, ball 1-1-2.
Well, David Argo.
I would say we might
It's
need
on
to
you.
put in a request now. The 4th pitch in the dirt gets away from Payne, but no one on base, so he'll take a breath. 2-2, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Righty v righty. Muma waits. Freeman fires. Swing and a miss. Freeman gets out of the inning, but the Tom Sox add 4 more to the scoreboard thanks to a Ryan Wynn RBI single and a David Wiley 3-run home run. We're headed to the top of 6 right here on Tom Sox TV. back here for the top of the 6th inning. 7-1 Tom Sox lead after adding 4 more to the board in the bottom of the 5th. Mike Bolger, well, long Luke, but he went down to the concession stands to go grab a hot dog. If you are here at Charlottesville High School, go check out our concession stands. I got to say, the burgers are a 10 out of 10. Brett Gassman back out here. He's going to face Keyshawn Frett to start off the inning. First pitch, just grabs corner, strike 1. Second pitch is a swing and a miss. 0-2 now. Brett Gassman getting up ahead of the count. A quick look around the South Division. The Turks lead the Cavaliers 4-1 after 4 innings, and then the Braves lead the Lumberjacks 11-0 after 3. And a swing and a miss there, tagged out by McMullen after he dropped it. But strikeout number 2 for Brett Gassman. And welcome back, Luke.
Thanks a lot. More like Brett Gassman. Take the T out of his name the way he's been throwing.
Now batting the second baseman.
So strikeout to start the inning against Frett. Brings up Bentley Yates. Longwood, he's grounded out twice, 1 to third, 1 to second. See what he can do in his 3rd appearance here. First pitch, right in there for strike 1.
If you were curious as to where I was just getting a water bottle. No biggie.
Oh, I thought you said you were getting a hot dog.
No hot dogs ready, 5 to 10 minutes or something like that.
Okay.
So
Second pitch in there for strike 2.
For water.
Yeah, I shouted out the concession stands. Burgers, 10 out of 10. Like I love the burgers here.
No doubt.
So good.
Sometimes you just got to wait a few minutes.
Yep. This one fouled off down the first base line and over the Tom Sox dugout. 0-2, 1 out here in the 6th. Already Brett Gassman working his way through this inning. Righty fires this one just outside. McMullen thought he got it. Popped up like he was going to fire it over to Parham on 3rd, and he's going to sit back down. 1-2. Gassman gets a nod. McMullen frames, fires this one, fouled back. Now Yates keeping alive at this at-bat.
That one gave Randy Tomlin a scare over in the dugout. He'd had to do a little dance to get out of the way of that one. Coach Tomlin found out last night he will become a grandfather.
Yeah, congratulations to him. It's definitely a big shock for him and his wife. A great moment here at the stadium. This one again fouled out. Yates not going anywhere.
And, of course, Tom Sox assistant coach Coy Tomlin will be an uncle.
Tom Sox add another member to their family, and now Brett Gassman looking to get the second out here. 1-2. Gassman swing and a miss from Yates. He's got 2 strikeouts in the inning, 3 on the evening. The Tom Sox flying through the 6th inning.
Ben Rekosh on the music tonight with the na-na-na-na, hey, goodbye after that strikeout.
Jacob Payne coming out to the plate. He struck out in the 2nd, flew out in the 4th to Trevor Booten. We're talking about how fun that matchup is. Now the top hitter for the Generals will face Gassman. First pitch, drops in, strike 1. Second pitch. Couldn't grab that corner. It was very, very close. 1-1.
Big gap in right center. Actually, bigger gap in left center.
This one gets away from Gassman. Ball 2 in the lefty's batter's box. Yes, I just updated them on out-of-town scores and stuff like that for South Division. The Turks lead the Cavaliers 4-1, and they're right on the heels of the Tom Sox. So win here tonight would keep them in first place of the South Division, but the Turks would, if that score holds, win 7 straight. Again, a 2-0 lead over the Tom Sox. So
also a fun night if you're a Stanton Braves fan.
Oh, yeah, 11-0 right now. Gassman fires this one. This one rocked down the third base line and foul. Look out.
I thought someone had made a great grab on the hop, but it got by him, and it's rolling to the sidewalk.
There's like 20 to 30 people down the third base line right now, all with chairs and just enjoying a Saturday night baseball match between Tom Sox and Generals as Gassman fires this one, swing and a miss, tagged out by McMullen, and Brett Gassman, or Gassman, came out here. 3 strikeouts in the inning, sends the Generals back to the dugout and sends the Tom Sox back up to the plate. We'll see Nick Parham and Jack McMullen, Johnny Lopez up next right here on Tom Sox TV. Tom Sock's bottom of the lineup coming up next, and then we're going to go right back up to the top with Johnny Lopez. And Tom Sox leads 7-1 here at the bottom of 6. It's been a dominant performance from the bullpen in the past 5 innings, holding the Generals to donuts on the scoreboard, as upcoming Nick Parham joined the team a couple days ago. The ECU guy has flown out twice today to center and right field because he hit the trifecta against Freeman. Freeman fires outside, ball 1. Second pitch of the at-bat, down low and into the dirt. Payne able to muster it up. It's going to be a 2-0 count. No outs here, no one on. Freeman fires this one, and Parham grounds it over to shortstop. Morello gets it, fires over to first. Is he in time? He is. Go for it. Able to stretch out yet again for that one to get the first out.
Nice play there by Murillo. Ranging over to his right, but he had the glove on the left hand. And then a good dig over there at first by Goforth. He's had a good game over there at first base.
Both first basemen really stretching out tonight, getting a lot of great plays as Jack McMullen, the catcher for the Tom Sox tonight. First pitch, down in there for strike 1. For tonight, he's had a single in the second, got stranded, and then in the 4th, he struck out. Now here in the 6th, fouls this one back in the fencing, goes down 0-2 in the count now. Freeman looking to end the inning. Sending the Tom Sox down 1-2-3 after a big 5th inning when he subbed in for Richards. Can he send us to the top of the 7th? Freeman fires this one upstairs, try to get in the chase. McMullen doesn't bite. Oh, wow, there's only 1 out. Yeah, no, that's my bad. I was looking at the strikes, and I was like, wait a minute.
I've been saying all year, I was told there would be no math.
This one in the dirt ball, too. Yeah, I was looking at the strikes. I'm like, wait a minute. That's next to the outside. So what's the 1 next to it? 2-2, 1 out. Freeman down low again, trying to get McMullen to chase. Doesn't bite. Johnny Lopez on deck behind him. Ethan Gibson, if we get to it, and Tommy Roldan. The top of the lineup coming up for the Tom Sox here as we almost get to the back third of the game. Freeman. Swing and a miss from McMullen. Off-speed pitch there. Now gets the second out of the inning.
Every Tom Sox hitter has been struggling against those off-speed pitches tonight.
So far tonight, Tom Sox have stricken out 6 times. A couple nights ago, they struck out 15 times. Still got the win over the Braves, but the bats struggling there. Johnny Lopez now up. First pitch. Payne tried to frame it in. Didn't get to go, so 1-0. And Freeman had to jump up for that one. Lopez, so far today, he's 0 of 3. Grounded out, struck out, and flew out. Swing and miss there. Now he goes down 1-1. Righty versus lefty. This one way too high there. So Lopez gets a 2-1 count.
Flew out to his position, center field, last time at the plate.
This one just doesn't grab the plate. 3-1, the umpire signals. And if you couldn't make it out tonight for matching night against Waynesboro, you guys can come back next week against Tuesday as Lopez fouls that one off when the Tom Sox welcome in Covington on June 18th. It's Tom Sock night. 7 p.m. is opening pitch here at Charlottesville High School.
Yeah, Tom Stock, our take on the famous music festival.
The 3-2 down in the dirt. It's going to be a walk for Lopez. He gets on base for the first time tonight. Bringing up Ethan Gibson. So far, he's got 2 walks. He scored and he's stricken out in the second. He's had quite the stretch so far for the Tom Sox.
Yet to put the ball in play, as a matter of fact, but
hey, if you can get on base anyway, a walk will do it.
Analytics, right?
Analytics. This one, too low in the strike zone, so be a 1-0. Freeman fires over to first. Not in time, so Lopez will stand back up with a little bit of dirt on his jersey.
That was an aggressive door close of the press box there by Drew Goodman.
He is a big advocate for keeping the AC in the box as Freeman fires this one down in dirt.
Aren't we all during this time of the year?
We literally have a sign here that says, keep the door closed. He's watching. It's a picture of Drew Goodman.
It's been there for about 5 or 6 years.
Our boss. 7-1, Tom Sox lead, 2-0. 2 outs. Freeman on the mound with a runner on first, and Lopez fires to Gibson. Lopez takes off. Payne fires over there in time. He's going to get him stealing to end the inning. So Tom Sox, 4 batters. 3 of them go down. We're headed to the top of the 7th right here on Tom Sox TV.
Welcome back to Charlottesville, Willie T. Barnett Field. Luke Ned Carney rejoining you. Mike Bolger comes back to the analyst role as the Tom Sox have had a really good night tonight as YMCA plays over the loudspeaker. 7-1, and you got to call the home run in that decisive Tom Sox 4-run 5th inning, and now we go to the top of the 7th, and 7-1.
These pitchers have settled in here against the Generals, and I mean, it's nice when you have Trevor Booten go forward. Now Brett Gassman coming back out for his 3rd inning after 3 strikeouts in the 6th inning. You don't see that too often. Now, upcoming Christian Castaneda. So far today, he's flown out twice. F9, F7. Can he hit the trifecta of F8?
And it's Brett Gassman to pitch once again. Why not run him back out there? Top 7. Tom Sox up by 6. As it's up and away for ball 1.
I mean, it's just been straight heat for these Tom Sox pitchers tonight. I mean, we've been saying it a lot. I wish we had a radar gun up here.
The 1-0 is hit sharply on the ground past a diving Ryan Wynn, and it kicks up off the lip of the grass into left field for a leadoff single. Castaneda gets on base for the first time tonight. And Cole Hales comes up.
Wynn's had a lot of good plays over there at shortstop. That one, he just couldn't get too far over. He had to get his glove all the way out there and then took a weird hop. But Muma to back it up, and now General's got a runner on.
Still, though, pitching relaxed with a 6-run cushion. First pitch called a strike over the outside corner to Hales. Hales struck out his last time at the plate, also has a single.
We do have some action in the Tom Sox bullpen, but he is wearing a T-shirt, so can't really see a number that way.
The 1-1 on the way from Gastman. Foul tipped into the mitt of Jack McMullen, and that's strike 2.
McMullen's had a couple of those tonight where just fouls right back, and he's right there. Again, these heaters of throws have thrown off these batters a couple of times.
Gastman, the Little Rock, Arkansas native, misses downstairs with the 2-2. No, I apologize. The late call from our home plate umpire, and the pitch was dropped by McMullen, which fooled me as well. But no way to go to first because first base is occupied. As Gassman records another strikeout.
I love Cole Hales' reaction there. He stepped out, and then umpire called strike 3. He looked at him like, huh?
So 1 away for the Tom Sox, rather for the Generals here in the top of the 7th inning. Foul out of play by the 9-hole hitter, Goforth, the first baseman. Gastman pitches at Charleston Southern. A Charlottesville connection to that Charleston Southern team, by the way. Carl Kuhn, the ex-Virginia pitching coach, is also now the pitching coach down at Charleston Southern. The 0-1 misses downstairs.
And he faces Luke Goforth today. Flew out in the second, had that double in the fifth, threatening the score when Gassman came in, but
Kuhn also had a managerial stint at Radford. The 1-1 comes inside. Did it hit the bat or did it hit the batter's hand?
looks like it's the bat.
Yeah, I think so. You're right. And that'll make it 1-2.
I feel like if it hit the hand, he'd be shaking that hand
Yeah, he
and
would be
in pain right now. Yeah.
You know, it never hurts to sell it a little bit.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. You kidding? The Euros are going on right now in soccer.
Whoa,
so
now.
Whoa,
I'm a soccer.
what?
I do like soccer. Well, Duke basketball, maybe?
Okay. All right. Let you guys have that one.
The 1-2 hit on the ground.
I'm a Big Ten guy, so I'm not offended.
Of course, Oregon, Washington, USC, UCLA all coming on board. Official, I think maybe, I don't know if it's actually official. Yeah, I think that takes place at some point over the summer, but less than 2 months from the first football games. Or
Yeah,
about
there's
2 months from the first football games.
Big Ten Media Day at the end of July. I think that's when the commissioner welcomes them into the Big Ten officially. But papers are already signed, so no getting out of that one.
1-2. Another foul ball into the dugout.
Watch out, Cesar Murillo. He's on the on-deck circle, and he had to dodge his way out of that one.
The runner on first is Castaneda. He had a leadoff single. Gastman struck out the side last inning. The 1-2. Hit foul on the ground, third base side, and we'll do it again. Want to thank Andrew Cox once again for our mailbag question of the game. Best play in Tom Sock's history. I have something as soon as we get done with this batter. But Andrew's been asking the booth questions some games, and we're happy to provide him the answers. The fan interactive stream here on Tom Sock's TV. This one is hit slowly on the ground, third base side, and that's foul again.
And if any of you have any questions as well, you can leave them down in the comment section. We'll see them.
Such as, what does Mike think of all the noon kickoffs that Penn State is going to have this season?
I got to wake up so early. Dude. Get up in the press box, get my lunch and stuff.
No, the lunch they provide for you.
It's actually really good.
Oh,
surprisingly,
I believe it,
Beaver Stadium chefs they're cooking something different.
The 1-2 from Gastman, hit on a line directly at Parham. He grabs it without having to move and then makes a mistake as he tries to double off the runner. Castaneda, the throw bounces over the fence and into the batting cage. That's a dead ball, and Castaneda will get second base. So Generals get a runner moving up. They trail by 6, however. That's probably something with 6-run lead you just put in your pocket. But
Yep.
It's the second out of the inning. And the best play in Tom Sock's history, back in 2016, Tom Sox defeated the Front Royal Cardinals 2-1 on a walk-off wild pitch. Jake Allen, the Tom Sox catcher, scored the game-winning run. That was actually my first game on the mic here at Willie T. Barnett Field many moons ago. Runner on third now as they'll give Castaneda third on that pet play. This one is hit on the ground, up the middle, behind the bag. Ethan Gibson ranges over from second base and makes the play over to Wallace at first. So the threat ends for the Generals with no scoring. We stretch here at Willie T. Barnett Field. 7-1, Tom Sox in front on Tom Sox TV. Kamau Freeman back out to the hill for the Waynesboro Generals. Tom Sox up by 6. Run rule is 10, and we're in that territory here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Leading off is Jack McMullen, the son of Kevin McMullen, Virginia's assistant coach.
Leading off for the Tom Sox, the second
Or I apologize, I was looking at the wrong number. That's Ethan Gibson, the 2-hole hitter out of Virginia Tech. 11:31.
It's this time of the night.
Maybe we
it
need those
gets to the
purple
same.
numbers instead of the navy, like you were talking about earlier, as Gibson smacks that one foul down the line into the Generals bullpen on a couple of hops.
I'm telling you, promotions and operations may hate us after this because they got to change everything, but I feel like it would be a good look.
As Drew Goodman would say, I think it will go in the good idea bank.
And
The
never
0-1
leave it.
is lined down the left field line, and that is a fair ball. It'll roll all the way to the fence, and
Gibson's
it is a
got
leadoff
wheels.
double, at least for Gibson. He'll stop there.
He thought
Getting
about
a
it.
little bit greedy there, but thought better of it.
He thought about it. And Ethan Gibson, I mean, when he rounds the bases, he's one of the most aggressive base runners I've ever seen. I mean, that's both in summer league and in college. Heck, even the MLB. This guy just has all the confidence in himself to get onto base. And, you know, to your question before we went to break, best play with Tom Sox. I've obviously only been here for the summer. I'd have to say there's 2. Mikhail Strickland tag out
That was
yesterday.
pretty great.
That was great. Katie Ballou dove out, body on the line in center field. I think it was like the first week. That was a great diving play. So I'd have to say those 2 are my favorites so far from this season.
Misses outside with the first pitch, does Freeman. To Tommy Roldan, the designated hitter, 1-0. Roldan, a Virginia Cavalier, as is Andrew Cox, who gave us our question of the game a few minutes ago. That one misses inside this time, 2-0.
Got the chance to interview Gibson and Garrett Mason about Virginia Tech and UVA rivalry. And they said, they gave me the kind of answer like, there's not much of a rivalry. I could tell that. And then I asked him about Tommy Roldan if there was something there, and he said, nah, they've known him for a long time, but there's some jabs here and there. A couple comments.
Hitters count to Roldan. He swings and misses, 2-1.
Especially with Virginia losing that opening game. Sorry
Yeah.
to bring it up.
Well,
I had to, but
well, I mean, for me, NC State choking away against Kentucky today.
it's a great game.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
no,
just
yeah, absolutely.
brutal one.
3 walk-offs thus far in 3 games in Omaha.
It's been a great series.
The 2-1 here in Charlottesville gets by the catcher, Payne, and that's a wild pitch. And down to third goes Gibson, and now 90 feet away from adding to this lead without an out yet on the scoreboard.
Gibson, that's the 3rd time today he's been on third base. He's walked twice. He obviously had the double now, but he loves that corner.
The 3-1 called a ball outside, and runners on first and third now as we update you from the Stanley Cup in Edmonton.
Oh, boy.
The Edmonton Oilers looking to stave off the sweep and get back into the series. Currently lead the Florida Panthers 2-1, 6:21 to play in the first period at Rexall Place. And from Omaha, Florida and Texas A&M, they are in a rain delay.
Oh.
So, have not started yet as we have a mound visit for the Generals. And we're going to get a pitching change as the Tom Sox have runners on first and third with nobody away here in the bottom of the 7th. We'll get you the new Waynesboro pitcher right after this timeout on Tom Sox TV. Lieutenant Carney, Mike Bolger here at Willie T. Barnett Field. Tom Sox looking to take this mini homestand 2-0, and they lead 7-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning over the Waynesboro Generals. The Generals have gone to right-hander Sean Shelley out of the bullpen, Clearwater, Florida native, Barry Buccaneer, and not listed as a pitcher actually on the roster. We have him as a first baseman / outfielder. So with first and third, he inherits a heck of a situation here with the Tom Sox looking for more offense.
Very tough with runners in the corners, and Tommy Roldan not afraid to steal second. Now you got Colby Wallace up to the plate. He's walked twice as well. He got home on one of them, excuse me, on both of them. So Colby Wallace and Ethan Gibson combining for the majority of the Tom Sox runs tonight.
Wallace, a couple of RBIs last night on a single up the middle, takes the ball outside. Shelley from the stretch misses outside.
And this is Shelley's first appearance on the mound for the Generals this season.
The 2-0 misses downstairs and outside, and Tom Sox on the verge of having the bases loaded for Ryan Wynn, and then behind him, David Wiley, who had the big blast, 3-run home run back in the 5th.
Yeah, Sean Shelley has had a couple plate appearances, but outside of that, not much.
Green light on the 3-0, and that is spanked into right center field. Gets down, going to score a run. Roldan goes around second. He ends up at third. Wallace is going to stop with an RBI single, and it's 8-1 Tom Sox, and now kind of the run rule comes into play.
Oh, absolutely. You need 3 more runs, and now you got Ryan Wynn, the hero from last night, and then, as you said, David Wiley, the home run hitter already today.
Yeah, David Wiley thinking he wants to push them around a little bit, but Ryan Wynn is up before him, barring a triple play.
That would be crazy with runners on the corners.
Never say never. I mean, Wiley will get another opportunity here this inning as a called strike on a curveball from Shelley.
Could you imagine that, runners in the corners, triple play?
Yeah. Well, actually, no, I couldn't imagine. I haven't seen it happen yet. I guess imagining it was the only way to manifest. It would have to be something very crazy happening. The 0-1 comes in to Wynn. Same pitch, same result, strike 2. Wynn's had a good game as well, a couple of singles, sandwiched around a ground out to third base.
In this middle of the lineup for the Tom Sox, Wallace, Wynn, and Wiley, they've been working. The 3 W's.
Swing and a miss, strike 3 to Wynn. As that's the first out of the inning recorded by Generals pitching. And good job there by Shelley. Again, he's not listed as a pitcher, but he looked like one there. As now David Wiley comes to the plate, and a home run here ends the ball game.
Does he go back to that 5th inning, channel that strength again, and hit one over that 360 mark, 365, excuse me, and then halfway up the hill? Again, I'm telling you, it's probably like 390 he hit. Somewhere around that range.
Fouled out of play. I know most of these guys live with host families, but does he live in the Mojo Dojo Casa House is what I need to know. 0-1. Barbie grossing over $1 billion at the box office last summer. 1-1 now. That one down and out. On deck for the Tom Sox is Mumau, the left fielder.
Yeah, he's over 3 today, 2 strikeouts to his name.
1-1, 1 out, 1 run in for the Tom Sox, first and third. Wiley, he wanted that one. That was a hanging curveball, and he was a little bit early and fouls it back over our heads.
The way he leaned back, too, at the end of his swing, he put everything he had into that. Probably smiling at himself, too. He's like, man, could have got 2 home runs tonight. Been out in 7.
Little 1-2. Wiley fouls that one off.
3 straight foul balls.
We approach the 9 o'clock hour here in Charlottesville. 8-1, the Tom Sox on top. Shelley delivers. That one blocked by the catcher in the dirt. Payne going to allow Wallace to trot down to second base. Now 2 in scoring position.
Yeah, if you're the Generals, I mean, it stinks because you could have gotten that double play with 1 out here and gotten yourself out of a heck of a jam, but just keeping Roldan over there on third base and just giving yourself a chance here. It looks like the umpire's going to call time and brush some dirt off the home plate.
Roll down the runner on third. The aforementioned Wallace on second. East Carolina second. Virginia third. And at the plate, David Wiley out of Wofford College in Spartanburg, South Carolina. The 2-2 to Wiley. Hit foul.
Yeah, two Wofford guys, and Ryan Wynn, David Wiley, and then ECU, Colby Wallace, and Nick Parham. Then Virginia Tech guys, Ethan Gibson, Garrett Mason. You got Auburn, Georgia. List goes on and on.
The 2-2. Hit in the air. Again, foul. Good battle here going on between Wiley and Shelley. And, yeah, some of those schools over the years have been very generous to the Tom Sox. Davidson, another school we've gotten a lot of players from over the years.
Marco Livari from Old Dominion.
Old Dominion is another one of those schools. That's just Kyle Edwards, one of the best hitters we've ever had here.
No Big Ten schools.
That is correct. Swing and a miss, strike 3 to Wiley as he waves at a curveball, and that's the second out. Of course, we had Nathan Schwartz from the University of Maryland last year out of the Big Ten, and Alex Rocco, of course, on the broadcasts as well. So some Big Ten flavor here in the booth.
But none in the field this year. And, man, what a performance by Shelley coming out here. I mean, like, you got yourself in a jam, had to come in, and I just delivered 2 strikeouts in a row.
There's Mumon now at the plate. Yeah, you were staring at a run rule a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
Now you at least live to fight another inning or two.
You know, if you're the general, it's like, all right, how do we get back in this game? Still not over, though. Any one swing, one moment in this matter can end the game.
0-1 after the foul ball. From the stretch, Shelley. He kicks, he fires. There's that bender again. Paints the black on the outer half. And it's strike 2.
Love the reaction from the Generals dugout there. They knew how nasty that pitch was.
Long pause now. Long look by Shelley. Pitch clock kept by one of the base umpires here in the Valley League as that one is hit high in the air. Center field. Going back, tracking it, and losing it in the lights. It bounces up against the wall. Is Fret. 2 runs are in. Coming into third and sliding in safely is Sam Mumau. Fret never really had a beat on that one. I thought that one might get on out of here and end this ball game. As it stands, that's the 10th run of the ball game for the Tom Sox. The 9th and 10th runs. 2 RBIs on that one on a triple. And now 90 feet away is the game-ending run for the Tom Sox.
And Nick Parham can deliver it. He's 0-3 tonight. Again, joined the team. Can he get it done here? And, yeah, it just seemed like Fret, that ball was, first of all, launched into center field. Then he realized, and he's like, all right, I got to sprint to the warning track. In the process, loses it, then throws his, hands over his head because he can't see it.
Shelley delivers to Parham, who misses, or I should say fouls it away down the left field line.
Yeah, really odd play there out in center field, but lights are bright, sun is down, so it's hard to keep track of it through the dark sometimes.
Pass ball or wild pitch ends this game as well. Shelley looks in, delivers to Parham, who misses, and he misses upstairs. On deck is Jack McMullen, who has his shin guards on just in case he doesn't get to the plate and has to suit up.
It's a tough life, catchers.
No doubt about it. Tom Sox assistant Scott Strickland, a former catcher as well, just like his son Cale. And that one misses outside, 2-1. With 2 away, runner on third. That's Mumau. Parham swings, foul tips it, and it's not caught by the catcher, but it's good enough for strike 2. Two and two, 2 away. Generals looking to get out of this inning and come back up to the plate. The 2-2 to Parham. He's 0 for 3 today. Dribbles this one. Foul down the right field line.
Lives to fight another day here. Said 2-2 count for Sam Mumau. Definitely get the Tom Sox 9th win, but not only that, you save some arms for the bullpen later down the road for this team. So, huge moment here.
The 2-2 on the way from the stretch. Shelley comes set. He fires, and it comes inside and hits Parham on the right hip. Bounces away, and now it's 1st and 3rd for the Tom Sox. And now Jack McMullen to the plate with his chance to end the ball game. 10-1 is the score. Run rule in the Valley League. 10 runs after 7 innings, or 6.5 if the home team leads. So,
if you're Tomlin, do you send Parham over to second and try to get Payne to bite and throw it over there?
I think you do. I think
he's shown discipline so far tonight of not throwing it, but if you do that, I mean, Wilmot's got a free trip home.
First pitch to McMullen, misses outside. And it's 1-0.
He's not taking a big lead over there. There's also the first baseman is guarding the base. So maybe a pickoff attempt, too.
The 1-0. Hit on the ground, slow roller. Second base ranging over is Yates. Over to first in time. So this game will continue for at least one more inning as the Tom Sox plate 3 and lead it 10-1. Nice play there by Bentley Yates, the second baseman. Tom Sox by 9. We go to the 8th on Tom Sox TV. Brett Gastman's night is finished. Ryan Grayshack's night is just beginning for the Tom Sox, who lead 10-1 over the Waynesboro Generals. 3 runs plated in that bottom of the 7th inning. Luke Ned Carney, Mike Bolger here with you. And this one has been all Tom Sox ever since that first inning.
Yeah, absolutely. And a big credit to the bullpen. Trevor Booten went 4 innings, and then Brett Gastman also went 3. So he did 3 innings, allowed 2 hits, no runs, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. 3 of those came in 1 inning where he sent the Generals down 1-2-3. Now Ryan Grayshack will get his chance at this. So far this season, he's appeared in 2 games. He's pitched 3 1/3, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. He did record a save. He is not, knock on wood for the Tom Sox, has not allowed a hit or a run.
He's a right-hander, 6'6". Chantilly, Virginia native, plays at Florida Southwestern. Chantilly is basically Dulles Airport, if you're unfamiliar with that part of Virginia. Jack McMullen pulls his mask down and assumes the crouch, and
Leading off for Waynesboro, the third baseman, number 4.
it's going to be Sion Barnett, 2, 3, and 4, starting things off for the Generals. And 9-run lead, just got to throw strikes here if you're Grayshack, and that's what he does over the outer half, 0-1.
Barnett grounded out in the first, walked twice today. He was hit by a pitch in that 5th inning, and both of those walks, he was stranded on base. Going to keep his team alive here.
Swing and a miss, strike 2 on that one on a slider, it looked like.
Yeah, I couldn't tell at first, and then down and away, so.
Noticed this season that Tom Sox have gone a lot of righty-lefty, righty-lefty alternating, which keeps the opponents off balance. Adam Doffelmeyer, the pitching coach here in Charlottesville, as that one misses just outside.
Well, it's also in the lineup, too. I mean, especially at the beginning, it just seemed like the Tom Sox had, 2 righties, then 3 lefties, then 2 righties, and, 3 lefties, and kept on going like that for a while. So trying to confuse their opponents, it seemed to be working.
The 1-2 is hit high in the air. foul territory. Wallace gives chase into the bullpen. That's going to get just out of play over the fence.
Wallace try to track that one down. Couldn't do it. Had that amazing, basically NFL catch over there on the first base line a couple innings ago.
Yeah, shades of Willie Mays.
Yep.
One and two, the count. Base is empty. First batter here of this top of the 8th inning. Grayshack delivers, comebacker to the mound, and he scoops it off one hop. Runs over and basically shovels the ball to Wallace. And there's one away.
Sands it off, says, here you go. Thank you. There's one.
Looks like a hockey goalie for the Oilers or the Panthers here tonight.
Now Elijah Borjas up. He's flown out 3 times tonight. First, center, and then third.
3-1 now, Oilers in front per our own Matt Cabram. Now Elijah Borjas, the left fielder, digs in. Tough night for him. He's hit the ball high in the air all 3 times, but all have been caught.
Yep.
And he takes a strike. Grayshack going from the stretch, looks in. Swing and a miss on a pitch well out of the strike zone there.
Yeah, it just seemed like he bit on it and he knew it too immediately off the bat. Another 0-2 count here. All these pitchers for the Tom Sox getting ahead early, and it's definitely been paying off. They've been very aggressive today.
Yeah, it started with Booten back in the first couple of innings. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and doesn't matter who's been on the hill for the Tom Sox tonight. Ball's been in the zone, and Waynesboro has not been able to hit it. 2 quick outs here in the 8th.
Yeah, and this is absolutely huge for the Tom Sox to get their bearings headed as they face the Lumberjacks. Back-to-back games. They'll face them tomorrow, Sunday afternoon, and then they'll get the off day on Monday, but then they got to go right back again and face the Lumberjacks on Tuesday. So
called strike 2. The 4-hole hitter, the cleanup hitter, Fret.
And speaking of Lumberjacks, they trail the Braves 12-0 at the bottom of the 6th. So the Braves looking for a run roll as well.
Fouled back, 0-2. Lumberjacks recently rebranding their colors. They're now the kind of royal blue and yellow.
What was the number you yelled that nobody heard? What was the number he yelled that nobody heard?
Apologies there. A fan thinking we're the PA announcer.
We do not know. We do not know the number for 50-50.
And I missed that pitch, but it looks like it's been called a ball. So we are back to
1-2.
back to regular programming here on Tom Sox TV. As Grayshack looks in, delivers to Fret. That one hit off the fist. Worm burner to short, win up with it, double clutch. Over to Wallace for out number 3. And 1-2-3 go the Waynesboro Generals in the 8th inning. 10-1 Tom Sox, bottom of the 8th upcoming here on Tom Sox TV. Tom Sox coming to the plate here in the 8th inning. 10-1. If they play to run, this game is over. If they don't, they'll have to get 3 outs in the 9th to send Waynesboro home.
And they're going to have a great chance with it with the top of the lineup, Johnny Lopez, Ethan Gibson, and Tommy Roldan all up to the plate. And then, again, an electric middle third for the Tom Sox so far today.
Facing Sean Shelley, who actually pitched relatively well considering after that triple in the 8th inning. But Lopez, tough night for him. He has been on base at least after a walk his last time at the plate. The 1-0 hit high in the air, deep right field. If it's fair, it's gone, and this game is over. And it's a foul ball per first base umpire Matthew Pearman, who had the best angle out of anybody. And, yeah, I mean, it was Tom Sox players in the bullpen and the dugout were trying to influence whether.
And look at all the fans stand up, start to pack their stuff up, like, oh, this game's over. And, oh, no, foul.
Well.
Thought about it.
It was a foul ball, definitely the correct call. But, man, the players in the bullpen are all
laughing,
hooting and hollering over there. Anyway, the 1-1 to Lopez, fouled off.
Man, another great hit ball. Lopez is trying to rope this one.
And I to be honest with you, like, I didn't actually see where the ball went. I just saw somebody looking for it over in the woods. So.
I tracked it well, and then it got lost in the trees. But, like, that 290 fence, I mean, if that carries well enough, it's gone.
1-2 to Lopez. Hit slowly on the ground to first, and it's going to curl foul.
3 foul balls in that bat already. How about Shelley? I mean, he has come out here. He was in a tough situation. I mean, obviously led up the triple and 2 RBIs. But outside that, I mean, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, and a ground out.
Here's the 1-2. Lopez, you see these swings. He is trying for that home run, but slinks this one foul down to the Tom Sox out, where it's picked up by first base coach Kenny Towns. I believe that's Kenny Towns.
It looks like him.
That's Randy coaching over at third.
Yeah.
The 1-2 to Lopez. Foul tipped into the mid of Jacob Payne, and that's out number 1.
That might be Scott Strickland. Hang on. I know, we can't tell through the fencing. But now coming Ethan Gibson, and what a night he's had. He's 1 of 2, 2 walks. He scored on both. He had a double in the 7th. He scored on that. So 3 times on base. He's crossed home plate all 3 times, and so far, I mean, this season, Tom Sox leading the South Division with 98 runs. They had now 10, possibly 11 to their board.
Randy's son, Coy Tomlin, also serving as assistant coach for the Tom Sox, as the first pitch misses outside. 1-0 to Gibson. That one in the zone, swung on and fouled out of play, or I should say back behind the umpire. Gibson winces there as he hit that one off the end of the bat. He's probably still feeling the vibrations.
Yeah. And he just looked up. He was just like, oh, if I hit that in the middle of the barrel.
We're all going home.
We're all going home.
1-1 to Gibson. With 1 away, bases empty. Another bender there. Called strike.
Great pitch. Just sat up there for a while, then sank right down. 1-2 now. Again, Shelley's been able to work these counts pretty well. I mean, a lot of the batters able to foul some balls off, but he's been able to keep with them.
The 1-2 misses down and out. 2-2.
Try to give him the chase. Still a great crowd here, sticking through as the sun goes down, the temperature starts to drop. We have a bunch of people on that hill. I mean, there's probably like 16 to 20 people.
The 2-2. Fastball, another foul tip. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's 2 quickly away here for the Tom Sox in this bottom of the 8th inning.
And Gibson is just besides himself right now. He knew he had the pitch he wanted, and he's just right behind it too much. And coming now, Tommy Roldan. So far this season, the Tom Sox had 11 home runs. They obviously add 1 with David Wiley. But let's see if he can't make it 13.
This one is hit a ton into deep center field. Going back, Fret measuring up against the wall, and he makes the grab as that one falls just short of a game-ending home run. So we go to the 9th, and this will, in all likelihood, be the last half inning. Tom Sox lead 10-1 here on Tom Sox TV. Parker O'Byrne. Palmer O'Byrne comes on to try and close this one out for the Tom Sox left-hander, 6'3", 195. State College of Florida pitcher.
From the State College of Florida Manatees.
So far,
They're known as the Manatees, by the way, per our PA announcer, Russ Beiswanger.
so far this season, he's got 1 loss in the record books. He appeared in 2 games, 3 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, 5 hits given up, and 5 total runs given up as well. So looking to end it here, 3 outs away so far this evening. The Tom Sox pitchers have 8 strikeouts on the night, have allowed 2 walks and 4 hits, and then obviously the solo run that came in the first inning.
5, 6, 7 for the Generals, meaning barring any pinch hitters, it will be Yates, Payne, and Castaneda.
Not a bad 3 to have for the end of this one. It's definitely going to test the new pitcher on the mound here, as Yates so far this season, or excuse me, today, he is 0 of 3, grounded out in the first, grounded out in the fourth, and struck out in the 6th. He was one of the 3 that Brett Gassman had in that 6th inning, and incredible inning at that.
Tom Sox will hit the road for Covington tomorrow, 7 o'clock first pitch down at Casey Field. And then the Lumberjacks will come here after an off night on Monday. The Tom Stock night will be on Tuesday.
Excited for that one.
And then 6 days from now, Festivus night here at the ballpark as the first pitch upstairs.
Yeah, if you guys can make the chance to come on out here to the ballpark, it's going to be a fun afternoon on Tuesday, Tom Stock night. And we also know, the high schools, middle schools, all their school years are done, so hopefully the attendance reflects that.
Yates 0 for 3. Couple of ground outs, strikeout. Facing a 2-0 count here, though. O'Byrne from the windup, delivers. This is just up and away, and it's 3-0.
Hey, with a 9-run lead here, you're not going to get the mercy rule. You just got to get 3 quick outs. Just trust your fielders and attack the plate. There you go.
O'Byrne, I apologize if I'm messing up this pronunciation, but Kochogi, New York. Kochogu, New York.
I'm not from New York, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, Dylan Price would be a better guy for that one, as the 3-1 misses upstairs, and it's ball 4. Leadoff base runner on for the Generals here in the 9th. I'm actually not sure where that is in New York, but
I'm going to guess upstate.
You would be wrong. It is actually in Suffolk County, way out toward on the end of Long Island.
Oh, wow.
And it is pronounced.
So Macabron would have known where that one was at. He's shaking his head. Yeah, okay.
It is pronounced also Kachog. So I screwed that one up big time, as fouling the first pitch out of play is Jacob Payne, the catcher, who's done a really good job behind the plate tonight for the Generals.
Charlottesville 296-9821.
Yeah, my first guess was somewhere up near Canada.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like Buffalo area. Ooh.
The 0-1 misses inside. I was actually thinking more like New York's like kind of hat.
Yeah.
New York kind of like wears a hat, like, Watertown, like those kinds of places.
Yeah.
Basically Canada. Because the count is 1-1.
Yeah, I'm from South Jersey, so I'm not too far up in that New York area. I know the city pretty well.
The 1-1. Hit on the ground sharply through the hole between third and short. That's going to be another base hit, and that's going to stop. They're going to stop the runner at third because that was a very hard hit ball. So O'Byrne in a little bit of trouble here, but a 9-run lead still. Generals have Christian Castaneda coming to the plate.
Yeah, it's just all about getting an out now, right? Just no matter what the cost, if you can trade a run for an out, you take it at this point. So double play opportunity here, but Generals making some noise late.
Much of the crowd has thinned out. O'Byrne fires, misses downstairs. Bullpen quiet. Tom Sox 8-4. So Byrne misses down and out, down and in, I should say. 8 and 3, I should say. Gave us a phantom loss. My mistake.
They've played a couple close games as of late, so must feel nice for the team to get a 9-run lead here.
2-0 is right over for a strike. Ooh. 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
There's some heat on that one. Batter just got out too late on it.
The 2-2 delivery, down and in for ball 3. And now a payoff coming. We'll see if we see the runner move from first. That's Payne, the catcher. Yates on third.
Not a big lead right there, as Wallace is also guarding the plate, so wouldn't expect him to go.
The payoff hit high in the air right field. This should probably get the run home for the Generals. David Wiley there. He makes the grab. Runner tags from third. They're not going to contest him, and score looks that much better if you're Waynesboro now, 10-2. But like you were talking about, Mike, trading the out for the run. You get the first one. Yep. I think that might settle the pitcher down a little bit.
Well, no, also that you keep the runner over there on first. So a double play is still on the plate here if you're the Tom Sox. And, yeah, with a 9-run lead, not really worried about the final score. You're just worried about the win getting in your column.
Next up for the Generals is Hales, the designated hitter, who can't catch up to a fastball on the first pitch, strike 1.
Again, just a look around the South Division real quick. Turks leading the Cavaliers 7-1, so they'll move to 8 wins. So it's important for the Tom Sox to stick pace.
This one is hit in the air to right again. Wiley tracking it, makes the grab, throws back to first, and unable to be handled by Wallace as the runner was cheating off the bag a little bit. So the Generals have one more out remaining as Wiley looking to end the game there, but it's the David Wiley show in the field thus far, and it's up to Luke Goforth for the Generals to keep things going. They've played it a run here in the 9th inning to kind of mirror that run they scored in the first, if you're looking at it on our scoreboard, but too much offense for the Tom Sox tonight. Now Goforth, the last hope. O'Byrne fires, misses inside.
Wiley's had a lot of great plays out there in right field tonight. I mean, he's been running across that track, and it's his 4th flyout.
1-0, a foul tip into the mitt of McMullen, strike 1.
1-1 count again. You probably just want to attack him here with 2 outs. Only a runner on first.
Lefty delivery from O'Byrne, fouled back on that. Oh, that one got our catcher McMullen, but he doesn't seem to phase him, but I could see it get him on an unprotected part of his arm.
Yeah. Well, even the umpire just gave him a little pat on the back, said, "You good?" He's like, "Yeah, that just,
Yeah,
I just rubbed off.
My
It's
team's
fine."
up 10-2 in the 9th. I think I'll be all right.
Yeah.
1-2 the count. O'Byrne looks over to first, now comes set at the letters. Kicks, fires, hit in the air, right field. Wiley tracking over in fair territory, makes the grab, and you can put Sox on this one. The Tom Sox hammer the Waynesboro Generals 10-2 behind an offensive explosion and some great pitching by a quartet of arms.
Yeah, it all started off in that first inning, and they just got guys on base, and it was Ryan Wynn and David Wiley, RBI singles to bring him home. Then in the 5th inning, David Wiley goes absolute yard over that center field wall, and they tack on a few more in the 7th. And again, you got to tip your cap to this bullpen for the Tom Sox. Trevor Booten, 4 innings, Gassman 3, Grayshak 1, and then Pearl Byrne coming out here for the final one, 10-2. They grab the 9th win. Again, you stick ahead in the standings. You're at the top of the South Division. And it may only be the first quarter of the season still, but it's important to keep these wins and add them for down the road.
So the Tom Sox, 10 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. The Generals, 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors. And that is our final line score at Willie T. Barnett Field here tonight. The next game for the Tom Sox features a road game against the Covington Lumberjacks. The next game here on Tom Sox TV, Tuesday the 18th, against those very same Covington Lumberjacks on Woodstock night. Well, Woodsock night, I should say. So, 10-2, Tom Sox final. For Mike Bolger, I'm Luke Ned Carney. Thank you for tuning into this one on Tom Sox TV.